Hang on, let me fix the broadcast. Sorry about that. Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of the tutorial. So I guess we'll kind of go over how to equip weapons. So you go to any access cache at your cabins or whatever. We're going to shoot some of these ducks. Okay, and you can take these guns off. Let's put that 20 gauge on. That 20 gauge is really good. The 20 gauge 3-shotter. We'll use the 10, but we'll just use this Norden. Now, of course, you got to go get the shells. Make sure you scroll down in your storage. And of course, we're not going to need this, right? So we'll go down. Make sure you correspond your weapons with the proper ammo. So you can't use the 410, you can't use the 10, you can't use the 10, you can't use 12. You can use 20 gauge birdshot, but you want to use steel shot. Okay? Well, you could use that, but now when you hit circle and back out, this is all on PlayStation, by the way. Tap that and go to your equipment, hit your gun, equip it. Then take your ammo and equip it in the proper place, okay? Then to activate, you just push on the directional button so they come up. Alright? I see a duck right there. I probably shot my dang decoy. I think I did. I heard ducks. Yeah, I did. So yeah, I just shot my decoys off. So you can see where they've been in here. Alright, so I guess you see how to equip the gun and all that. So that's pretty much how that works. So I'll show you a little bit of how the tracking system goes and all that. Of course, you come up to any track, you hit square, and it tells you which way the direction is. First, you want to go into your system, go to game, go down and adjust your colors and stuff. So, see, you can adjust it any outcome, all that. Okay, so every track that's pink is the same animal. So let's go over here and look. So see, this animal here is going this way. See up there now, you don't get all that. And I guess I could show you something else. When you're hunkered down, you don't make as much noise. So see, in between the heart and the sound beacon, if you look at that, it will show that you're invisible. So when you're sitting here, you are invisible. Okay? And of course, this shows the track of the deer. They're still going this way. So let's go ahead and tree stands are pretty good. I like this better. I mean, it's just whatever you prefer. Tree stands are alright, but this is probably my favorite because it puts you, elevates you where you can see better, and you know, you can get a bird's eye view of the area too. So I kind of like that. I guess it's just what your preferences is. Now the bleat call works a lot better than this rattling, but it will call whitetail and blacktail deer and the mule deer. All you got to do if you want to know what these items call, just simply highlight lures. Like see right there, it tells you right there what it does. Fallow deer, reindeer, caribou, kudu, black buck, gimbal stock. But it don't say nothing about that, does it? Okay, so but it don't make sense for this not to work on whitetail. They need to fix that. This should call whitetail too. It's kind of not smart to have that not affect whitetail. It's kind of like an oxymoron. You can even rattle in does. I mean, are these guys greenhorns in hunting? That make this game. Antler rattlers will even call in does. And now you heard that. That was a deer call. So we can just add something. What I want to do is add a 243. Actually it's too heavy. But if you want to add more weight, you simply go, whoa, I don't want to do that. That'll cost me money. So you can put on a small backpack. Just simply go to your storage. Alright, so I guess we'll just remove the shotgun. I don't really want to use it. I'd prefer, well, let's put the 270 on. I like the 270. The 270 is probably an all-around cartridge. Now you can put polymer and that, cause the thing is, when you got the polymer tips, they got better. They seem to have the better, this is what you want. It's got the better penetration, so to speak. So go into your inventory. See, this is kind of like a double everything. We'll put it right here, and I'll just take the 270 and put it there. We'll put the 270 polymers, and we'll put this side on. Now you see it's like a little circle. See how it's changed? Now when you get a little brush, it might turn into a line and you can actually hide from the animal. I see the animal right over there, I think. Binoculars is real good. I like this sight. I hear ducks down there now. All are flying over. It looks like they're landing. Now, you see which way the direction of the wind's blowing? The wind's blowing from this way, from the northeast to that way. So anything down this way will smell you. Anything this way will smell you. Nothing will smell you from this direction. No deer will smell you, and they won't see me either, because see, they'd have to get really close here to see me, because that line's almost invisible. So you can probably, they won't be able to see me until they get about 5 feet away, 5 meters. It just depends. And I've had deer walk right by me where you can almost reach out in a blind and touch them. Especially if you got the wind right. No matter what you do, though, nothing can fool the news of whitetail and deer. They say there's sprays and stuff at work. I don't think so. A deer is about like, you know how a bloodhound can smell from people who've been somewhere for 5 days? You know, they use bloodhounds in FBI and tracking lost people and stuff, you know? And them deer, I know I've talked to professional medical people. A doctor one time came and visited me, and he was a nose throat doctor, and he was looking at a skull of whitetail, and he said a human being has about a roughly 500 to 1,000,000 receptors in their nose. Some people vary. Some people's got a good sense of smell. Some people can't smell hardly none. But he said on average around 750,000 receptors in their nose to pick up smells. A whitetail has 1 billion. He said a bloodhound has over 1 billion. And they say a whitetail can outsmell. And by him just looking at the skull, he said, I can tell this animal can really smell. From the nose being long like it is, it has many, many, many more receptors elements in it. It's what it is like things that detect smell in the nose. And he said from the shape of the skull of the deer, they can probably outsmell a bloodhound. So if a bloodhound can smell where you've been 5 days ago, a whitetail can smell where you've been for 3 weeks ago. Providing it's not rained and the temperature's right. And you know, I had rubber boots on one time, and I had my dog track me up. Now this is funny. That dog tracked me right to my tree stand and started howling at me. My old dog, I always locked him up because he was bad, but he was a big old dog, and then we let him run loose around the home, and he decided to track me up and intervene in my hunt. I said, okay, let's go, buddy. So that's just a biggle. So that just shows you how these animals can smell. And no spray is going to stop a deer from smelling you downwind. I think that's the biggest gimmick of all, getting people's money. It's truly sad, you know, that people actually do that to other people. It's just legal thieves is all it is. So that's a male. So maybe we can put this tree stand. I wish I used my other tree stand. We'll crap if it's a great one that comes up through here, won't we? You never know where he might pop up. See, the thing I like about the tree stand, it puts you up in the air. It gives you a better view of the land and stuff. You can call coyotes and stuff like this and see, you can see right there that you can't hear nothing. There's no sound and there's no vision. They have to pretty much get right up under your stand here to see you. I will say that. Yeah, they have to get really close to see you. Now they will smell you. The tree stands kind of put animals at ease too, because you know it puts you above the smell. They'll still look up. I mean, most animals will look up, especially if you're sitting out in the open like this. You know, they will see that. I mean, if I was hunting, I would never put a stand here. I'd put it like right over by that tree. You know, I'd put it right over by that tree and put it in that brush right there, and it'd be up against that tree. A tripod stand. That's how I'd put it up. Just putting it up here in the open. It's just a game, I know. But you know. You know, when you aim any gun or weapon, you'll hold L2. And remember, when you get a certain thing, you can see the yardage change. That's part of an item that I have equipped, a skill point. What it is, it's a perk, I believe. It's that third tier over, it's a range system. So that one right there. So that's kind of cool. So that deer ain't coming, is it? It's funny, he ain't coming. There's also rabbits here on Layton Lake. So this is just kind of like a tutorial. I wanted to make a part 2. Now we'll also just hang some stands just to show you how it works and how to get out of the stand. This is kind of like my go-to video on how to do this and that. So I've had deer actually come in and sneak in on me and not be paying attention in a certain direction. Like they come right in here and boom. Next thing you know, you got a whole bunch of deer on top of you. I really like hunting the caribou and the reindeer, especially on Medved Taiga. Or not Medved, yeah, Medved. Yeah, Medved's a good map for hunting them. So let's get back down and let's get the tree stand. And let's just go right over here. As you can see on the other stream, oh, let's go somewhere else. Yeah, let's just go here. We'll go right here. This is one of my favorite areas to hunt bear and whitetail and blacktail. There's a few moose every now and then in this area. I hope you hear me well. I haven't made new streams lately. I made part 1 here the other day. It's a more detail on equipment and stuff. If you want to go review that you can. It would be the better video. I kind of showed you a little bit in here how to do it, but we're going to show you how to do the tree stand now, the hang on type. So remember, you got to always go into your inventory and equip it. So make sure you always do that. We're going to take off some of this stuff here so we can we don't have to worry about it, because I'm going to go hunt. Well, what I usually do is have all this stuff ready for hunting over in the other area. So you see a tree, and of course, if you got your trusty tree stand, you want to equip your tree stand in your hand. Usually a lot of trees, it'll fit. You know, you just want to see it light up white. Now, you can have it anything, but you got to watch. So really, in a reality, that's a good one, but I like this tree stand right here a little better. And to go in it, you just tap square. So let's see if we can't call this. Of course, I got a tree stand already here, but that ain't the point. Of course, you got to have the collar, the right collar. You got to have a predator collar, and I might even unequip it. Who knows? I think I even did. So, yeah, predator collar. So we'll hook it down here on the bow. So give everything a little while to calm down too. You do have a good chance of calling in a bear or whatever. Coyotes is very fun to efficiently to hunt in the game. Remember to win. This is the kind of place I like to hunt. I really like to hunt in real life, because see, it's an open area but surrounded by this trees. This is a good place really to hunt. In reality, you wouldn't want your tent closed, even though the deer could be used to it. You might be all right with that, but in reality, you'd want your couple 100 yards away from your tent. But you could have a tree stand like that, but I would kind of have it backed up into the brush here. But I just kind of set it there just for the, because I did. I know sometimes this is a really nice. Now you can move around on your tree stand, see. Just keep in mind you still got the wind. So to do a little hunting, you can call. I don't know if you can excessively call or not. I really don't think you can. You probably can. I don't think. I think certain animals will stress out if you overcall. But sometimes you want to give it just a break, you know. You just want to look around a little bit. Nothing wrong with that, you know. Give a couple fawn bleats also can help stimulate a reaction from other animals. In other words, it could make that coyote bark because it's foreign. Usually you get a response call from other animals. Usually give you 3 yelps and just kind of look around, you know. You just give 3 calls and look. Sometimes you can call in up the highest 3 and 4 coyotes, especially over in Africa too. Well, they're them, you know, them other things, jackals. You can call them jackals in. Now he was right over the hill there, but sometimes they don't come in quick. Now I don't know about the European rabbits being in the one at Burrow yet. I don't know if that update has been live for PlayStation or not. That I couldn't tell you. Now when you see that little thing on the side right there to the left, see that going on the left where my hand was? That right there means the game is saving. So keep that in mind. You can get your game to save automatically by just clicking options in the game. So if you click options anytime and back out, it's gonna, if you bring up any menu, it'll save. I like the save system. There's just not that very many controls that teach you how to play well. And I guess this is a good time to tell you how to. So something's coming right there. You see the tracks? Something's sneaking in on us right there. It's a coyote, and he's out there a little way. So we dusted him. I mean, he's dead meat. So I figured he was a little over 20. So I just held a high, and usually an arrow deals major damage on him. So I didn't see anything run off, and I just happened to notice them tracks there, my friends, and I said, whoa, so what's going on here? So that's a good indicator. When you see tracks coming to you, that's a good indicator that your animal is coming in close. Now to simply get out of your tree stand, you just simply go here, and it'll come up with an exit, and you just hit exit. And say you don't want to leave your tree stand here, you just hit triangle C, removes your tree stand. And you may not want to leave. You can leave them. You can take them. Excuse me. And we can confirm that that was a good spinal hit. No wonder it dropped him. So see, you can see there's 772 cash for. It's the payout's really always good in the game. So I can't stress it enough how good the payout is. Another good place to whitetail hunt on the map, I believe, and then we'll change maps. I believe everywhere up in this area here. I have heard some great whitetail hunting. DD33 said there was some good hunting right in here at this lake. He's got a tent here, and I think it's lake right here, or it could be this lake right here. I'm not for sure, but of course, as you can see, I've got some stuff right here. I don't know why I got some stuff here at this tower. I don't really know. But there's some activity here, as you can see. There's some Roosevelt elk here at this lake. But yeah, I could probably take that down. I mean, I don't have to have it. But actually, it's a good place to whitetail hunt. Right here off the side of Chala. Over here is where you kill the coyote, which I got to do yet, the were coyote. But right here's a ridge that goes down. It's a really good hot spot for coyotes and whitetail, and a few elk. So I think the pond that he got Okay, that's just a side mission that popped up. So like I say, around this lake, I think it's this lake here that he was talking about. I think. I'll have to look. You can look him up, DD33. He makes some good videos on all that. It's either this lake or this lake for whitetail. So it's one of them. I think it might be this one. But up along this river here, anywhere up in here, this area right here, of course, I've already got a stand here, and this is a good spot for whitetail. This section right here, very good for whitetail. All along this river bottom is good, and I'm fishing at the great one somewhere in here. I've seen a lot of videos with people taking a great one. It's kind of always in this general region. So hunt it hard. I wish they'd come up with a trail camera so it would send an app, you know, take pictures, and you know, in the game, you know, because your game's always moving, you know, and they could say, hey, while you're playing on their map, you could get an alert and say, hey, the picture of a great one, and you can go track him, and you could pattern him, find these areas of sleeping, and hunt him accordingly. So something walked down through here while I was talking. Let's see what it was. Then I'll show you how to switch maps. So is a female deer, and she's actually going that way, and I didn't see her, so I don't have. Okay, so you want to know how to change your maps? Simply on PlayStation. Now, you can kind of guess on this on Xbox, PC, and all that. Well, if you go to your system first, if you go to your system, you can get your control schematics. You know, so you can check it all out, you know. You just go down to controls. As you can see all your button interactions. What to do, okay? So, tap option. Now, to change a map, this is what you do. You press the option, bring up your menu, and you go to map, and you click X on it. Alright, now, right when you hit X, hit square. Now you can go to any map that you want to go to. So, say we want to go to... Well, say we want to go to... Well, we'll go to Hirschfeld. We'll go to Hirschfeld. I like Hirschfeld. So, when you get selected, press X and X again, it actually took to your map. It'll still keep your missions active. It'll keep the missions active that you've already activated. Now, if you flub up on a story mission, just close your game out and just simply unload your game. Well, let me show you. If you goof up on a mission like the bear one, see, now here we've loaded into Hirschfeld. So, as you can see, we're right here at Hirschfeld. Okay. And I recommend when you first play, kind of move toward all your, you know. Well, I'll show you what you want to do. You want to go to all your, lookout points first, okay? You want to open up all your lookout points. This is all points, and on the way, you want to go to all your outposts and unlock all your outposts. See, this opens up your map, so you can find all your outposts. So, this is very important to do. So, I can't stress it enough. So, you know, you can do this several maps. You can go wherever you want. And of course, it's still one of my favorite maps to go to. I mean, this is one of my favorite all-time favorite maps. Sorry. One of my favorite maps is right up here, Yukon Valley. It's just, Silver Ridge is okay. I like Silver Ridge. It's a Rocky Mountain, area. But Yukon's probably a little more favorite of mine. It's got the grizzlies in it. I like Africa too. I like to bow hunt the lines. I like bow hunting the gimbal stop. You can call them in, and since we've had that last update, it seems to be good. But this is kind of a favorite of mine this time of year because it snows. I like it because it snows a lot. on this map, and it really brings out a lot. Now you can go to any outpost. This is opens through a mission. This simply opens through a mission, and it's really quite easy. And right here is an access cache, and I kind of like this right here where you can jump up on these, because I'll tell you what, you can actually lay down on them, and once you lay down on them, you're pretty hidden, especially if you're not moving. So kind of, now if you call that way, the animals coming that way would smell you. See that where the wind's blowing? Also, as you're moving, you're going to bring your heart rate up. So usually what's up in here is wolves. This area up here is the burnt forest, and what's usually up here is a lot of the wolves. It's just a wolf area. It's kind of a burnt out area where a fire happened, according to, I don't want to spoil too much through story missions. You can look at my other videos on YouTube and you can get a good look at what is going on. But up here there's moose, bison every now and then, and the wolves. I've never seen a grizzly up in this area, up in the high burnt out area. Now you will see a grizzly bear every once in a while down in here. I've never seen a bear up in here, and that's a funny looking island. But I see a lot of grizzlies here in this general area right here. A lot of grizzlies in this general area. A lot of grizzly. Moose, grizzly. Love this area right here. You know, around the water. Up in here, this area here, you may see a grizzly, but I've never seen no grizzly in this area too. I've seen a lot of bison and caribou up here, you know, but mainly grizzly, like this area. You will see them up here where the train tracks. Every now and then you'll see a grizzly up in here, right around here, close to the track. Grizzly bears. See a lot of grizzlies right in here. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite hunting zones. Of course, you can see right there, grizzly bear. This is a good hunting spot for bring a tree stand and go right there and start calling grizzlies. Now after the patch, I don't know. Anywhere right in here is a good place to hunt grizzlies. Right in here. Of course, if you're running around, you can actually find, like, you know, these zones. This is what tells you what's in the area, like feeding zones and stuff. So just like this need zone here, you can see that a bear's coming from, he's feeding in here from 7 to 11:30. So, you know, that's good. You got a zone there, and you actually got a zone here. You got a caribou. See, and there's the time. And here's another little spot for caribou. See, so anywhere right in here in that time, if you get the wind right, you can hunt that time and see caribou. So that's beautiful, ain't it? And now you can get the ducks. You can get the harlequin ducks coming there. Usually when you got them there, they'll come. And of course, this is a drinking area for caribou and moose. So you get the picture. Red fox need zone. So you got to zoom in on the map to find them. You just find them too by randomly running around the area. I like this area up here because it's good. Silver Ridge Peaks is a good map to hunt. I like it. It's a cool looking area. It's one of the newer maps. So, you know, the last map that they made before this new map coming out soon. The Swedish map coming. Aurora, I guess. Aurora. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but that's close enough, I guess. But that'll be coming out probably in January. I figure it'll come out after New Year's. It's just my thing. Oh wow, did you know my hand wasn't there? Cool. The music in Silver Ridge Peaks is great. Of course, Silver Ridge Peaks got a lot of diverse animals you can hunt. And of course, I have a 10 on the highest point too. I guess I could go up there. Show you that. Now I completed all the story missions on this. Actually, I got videos of all the story missions in place. And of course, I'm showing you how to switch maps. Now, when you buy the base game, the maps you get is Leighton Lake and Hirschfelden. Now, if you buy a game of the year, you might get a few extra stuff. I'm not sure, but look at this view, would you? This is probably the highest point in the game. Ain't that something? The only thing I see the difference between console, PlayStation. Now I reset my game and everything, and it still didn't help. But it seems like PC players have more spawning animals. I mean, that's just a common thing in this game. I mean, I've mentioned it to Expansive World, but they seem to not really care what I have to say, so that's okay too. They've never answered me on it. They've never commented on it, and I've been noticing it. It's a big factor between PC and console. Console don't seem to have as many population of animals. That's just how it is. I've played this game enough to know, and sometimes it's very frustrating playing a game and not seeing hardly nothing, going hours and not seeing a thing. And I don't know what the deal is, but that's just the way the console is, unfortunately. Now some people probably don't have the trouble, but I've noticed that it's a big common denominator with console. I've been watching people on YouTube with PC, and they seem to have tons of animals running around. Go figure. So I don't know if they're catering to them or what. God knows. I think one of the best places to hunt when you first start the game, right down here, is right in this area. You know? So I think when you first start the game, in the first location is probably some of the best hunting. That's just my thought. And most games where you start is usually where all your animals are. To me, that I've noticed on console. I've noticed every map, usually where you start is where most of the animals, you see most of the animals. And a diverse range of animals, like 2-3 species. So now when I first started playing this game, there was a few. So right there's a deer, and he's a long ways out there. Well, I don't see him running, so did I hit him? No? Usually you'll see a lot of turkey, and it depends on the time of day too, really. So keep that in mind when you're playing. The time of day has a lot to do with what is going on. So, I must not got him. But you can see right here that that's where that deer was. Mule deer. And right there is his pronghorn and what? Oh, pronghorn up in the woods, coming down. They probably smell me, because as you can see, I don't think I hit that deer. If you want to know the truth, I don't think I hit it. But I thought I'd send one item. It was a little out of range. It was a little bag pole on the range. It was like 100 and some yards, but the deer appeared.
Go-to source for insight into animals in the reserve. Species, number, mood. You can learn a lot about them before you've ever spotted anything.
I did hit him. I did hit that deer. Wow, he's dead. That was kind of cool. So where did he go from here? So I just hit him, and I kind of figured he went back. And he didn't. What the heck? Did he just drop off the face of the earth, or what? But see, this is frustrating. This is very frustrating with console. Oh, there's the track. So he ran this way. So that is very frustrating. See how the tracks just disappear? This is a major, major problem with console players. It never gets better. It seems like they're so lagging with console. And I think it's like, you know, 2 times now they're blaming COVID, which I can understand. They want to get some Christmas money to keep afloat, keep their people paid. And that's quite alright, and I understand that, but they're going to lose a lot of people. You know, people's only going to take so much. You know, everybody wants to blame COVID for reason they ain't got no money. Now, it's had to look for a long time just to find the tracks. And tracks were just disappearing off and on, off and on. That was monotonous. There he is. We found him, so I guess that's the main thing. If that'd been a 30-06, it'd probably done him in. So that's a pretty nice deer right there. I mean, he's got a beautiful sweeping G1s. He's got some big G1 tines, so that's unique. Oh heck, it even hit right where I was aiming. That's about where I aimed. Well, of course, you know, I thought he wasn't that far. You can see he was only, well, 390 some yards. Not bad then. I did pretty good. So that's more points for the 270. What's making that noise? So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Just remember, as you're moving right there, you can see the scale up there on the right, the sound below the bullet counter. As you can see right there, the drop. You can see that's red. Animals can hear you probably out to 100 meters or so while you're doing this. If you're walking real slow, they won't hear you as much. If you're crawling, it's even better. It's more quiet. See, as the sound goes down. Also, your profiles drop down and your heart rate. You gotta watch your heart rate, because if you get your heart rate up while you're running, and you do happen to see a great one or an animal, it's going to be very hard to see. You can't hardly hold your breath. You know, when you hold your breath, it's going to be very, very difficult to hold your breath for any long period of time. Like these places here too, you want to grab these like disturbances, because that's kind of like a need zone. See, it'll plaster a need zone right on your map. See, so this is good. So see, now you're going to have that need zone locked in. Of course, I believe it's right there. And anytime you're just going anywhere, I like to see them put like if you're looking through binoculars, that you can just put markers through a scope or through your binocular system. Like it'd be nice to put like 5 checkpoints, like 1, 2, 3. Say you see for example, see there's a mule deer right there, and you want to use the area that's at least, you know, you could press certain button to put check marks, so you can go to certain waypoints to keep, you know, looking for the animal, to sneak to an animal. It'd also be nice to do for story missions. It's just a thought. But I love the game still. I mean, it's got a lot of hang up, but it's still one of the better hunting games out there regarding hunting. I did want to try Hunting Simulator 2, I hear great things about it. I might get it later and stream it. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this game for the foreseeable future for the year. Now, I might get that next year and start streaming it, Hunting Simulator. I would love to finish up Hunting Simulator 1. I about got it all finished, and I want to complete it, but the game's really hard game to do because it don't have the tracking system like it does on here, and the tracking system's so wacky on Hunting Simulator 1, and the ballistics is even more stupid. I mean, they're not very realistic at all, and it's a very hard game to play. I will tell you a game that's even better than that. Deer Hunter, Pro Deer Hunter by PSR Outdoors. It's a very good game. I like it. It's very realistic. That's what makes it I like about it. It's a very realistic game to play, and I'm all about that. So it's just a beautiful map right here. Some of the maps I'm not really all that big on. Some of my favorite maps, of course, is I still love Yukon. I like Silver Ridge. I love Leighton Lake. It's one of my favorite. That's a bison, by the way. This map here, it's very fun. It's got some good missions, but I'm hardly ever hunted anymore. Quatoclinas, I hardly care about Quatoclinas or Park Fernando. You know, there's just nothing in it really beats my eye. There is a new Sika deer update that the Sika deer is here, but also when you get over here later, the new map that's coming out for console this year will be great. But this is one of my favorite. I'd like to see them make another Africa, Central Africa. Maybe put some dangerous game like elephants, rhinos, lions. Put some really dangerous animals in it. I think that's what they need. They need one map full of dangerous animals like hippos, alligators. Maybe put rhinos, lions, elephants. Put the big dangerous animals on this one Central Africa map. It would be great, because it just seems to me like, you know, you got to have something like that to keep people entertained, because it would be a different type of map. And yeah, there might be certain restrictions and laws, but it'd be nice to have an all dangerous game map, like rhinos, lions, leopards, hippos, alligators, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, it'd just be super cool. You know, you could put at least what? Let's count them. Lions, leopards, hippos, alligators, elephants, rhinoceros. There's 6 right there. Boom, boom, boom. You could put on there. And you know, they could make it. I mean, they could do it if they'd want to. You know, I'd really like to see them do that in Central Africa. Make a dangerous map. You know, and they can have some beautiful stories to it too. You know, you're a warden in a Central African map, and you're after poachers and stuff, because you know there is a big thing about poaching elephants, and you know it's a big common thing in Africa now. And it'd be good management. You know, you could go out there and, you know, of course you can hunt the animals, but it'd be awesome. I think it would be good to have. Imagine bow hunting rhinos and elephants. Be hard to kill an elephant. You know, there's not very many bullets that'll take down an elephant. 30-aught. I do know that you can take down a 30-aught with a 30-aught steel jacket bullet. You can take down an elephant. You got to hit him perfect though, because that's the only bullet that'll penetrate the skull. You got to have steel jacket bullet, and you know they use big game weapons to take them animals down. But hippos are very dangerous, and you know it'd be cool to have that kind of most dangerous game map added. They could even add it to, you know, kind of up in between Canada and America here, kind of make a Canadian map. You could add grizzly. You could add grizzly to it. You know, the most dangerous game in North America is probably, I'd say grizzly bears. Black bear, pretty dangerous. I mean, people don't think black bear are dangerous. They are very dangerous. They're probably more so dangerous than grizzly. Grizzly, when they attack, sometimes they'll just kill whatever they kill, but if you lay still, I've heard of many stories where bow hunters have been attacked, and they just lay still for a few 30-40 minutes. The grizzly, he'll make some charges, fake charges. And after that, he'll just, if you lay real still, he may rub you and push you a little bit, but they don't really, you know, they just want to kill, and then they kick a dirt and they'll urinate all over you. And then you just spray you, but after that they leave and you can get out of there, hopefully, if you're not too hurt. But usually when a 1,500-pound grizzly hits you, it's like a locomotive hitting a watermelon, you know what I mean? So black bear is more dangerous because usually what they kill, they eat, and they start chewing on you. You know, you can't play dead with them. Most bears can be intimidating, but I'd say the most dangerous animal is, you know, I have heard some stories of cougars being very dangerous. Of course, out west, cougars are very dangerous. Here in the States, and of course, some of the snakes are dangerous, like rattlesnakes, copperheads. That can be very, very deadly. So there's not too much deadly game here in North America. You know, you got the alligators down south Carolinas. I've even seen alligators down in the Carolinas. But you know, the thing is, wild boar can be kind of dangerous too. You know, wild boar will charge you and kill you. They got some beautiful big tusks. They can rip you wide open. I know the wild boar really play havoc on wild dogs and coyotes because they rip their guts open with them tusks. So I guess you got, hey, whitetail can be dangerous. Moose can be really aggressive here in North America. They've been known in Pennsylvania, charge trains. They're really aggressive when these bull moose get in rut. And the whitetail can be kind of dangerous, but not always. But they will charge humans, and they've inflicted pain on people. Moose, and of course, them panthers, cougars, grizzlies of all kind, Kodiak and all that up in Alaska. Grizzly, wolves. There is wolves. Wolves is dangerous. You got a few dangerous game, but the most dangerous game would be right there in Africa. I think that'd be a good map for them to make. That's just my personal feelings on it. But some of my favorite maps. Now remember, with the base, you get the Hirschfeld one. You get the Hirschfeld one, and you get the Leighton Lake with the game if you get it, buy it. Of course, my favorite is probably this one. I like the North American. It ain't because I'm a North American. It's because, you know, I love Africa. I like Hirschfeld, and it's got that fall look. And I also like Medved Taiga. I like Medved Taiga because it's not because it's Russian, because I like the reindeer, caribou, pretty much same thing. It's got them brown bear in it, and it's got them. I love the caribou hunting, and I love the other diverse. I love the snow. It's just a very fun. I like to see them do seasons around fall, like this time of year. December, they maybe make it snow on Leighton Lake. It'd be cool to track animals in the snow on Leighton Lake. These maps are fun. The Virunga's great. Like I say, Cuatro Colinas and Park Fernando's two of my least favorite. I hardly ever play them anymore. Once I completed the story missions, I hardly ever go back and look at them anymore. Even though they're worth it. Because there's some pretty cool things that on Park Fernando. You can hunt them Sika deer, and you can also hunt a lot of Cape buffalo. And Park has got them other deer, them rams. You know, it's got a diverse of rams on that thing. It's a lot of vineyards and big open areas and mountains. 4 mountains with 4 different species of rams. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And the wolves on it adds extra spice, and wild boar. You know, and it'd be cool if they added some turkeys to all the American maps. I mean, they got them here at Silver Ridge, but Leighton Lake and that should have turkeys on it. Now there is a South American turkey. It's a Gould turkey. There's a it looks like it's a cool looking turkey. It's got like, you know, there's several subspecies of wild turkey. You know, they got turkeys all over the world, but in America we got 2 types of turkey. You got the Merriam out west. And in the East Coast, you got the Eastern Wild Turkey, the major one. And, you know, you could have them both here, Marions and Eastern Wild Turkeys right here in Silver Ridge, because it's really close there to Colorado, you could call it. And Leighton Lake's more or less on the California coast, it looks to me like, up in Washington, Oregon, up there around where they had the big volcano up there in Washington State. But up there in Alaska, you know, there's turkeys up there. And, you know, you could put turkeys on all the maps if you wanted. Pheasants, you could put pheasants on all these maps too. These maps, South map, be beautiful to have dogs and pheasants. You know, I don't know what you could do with much more you could do with this map. You could probably add in, there's moose on this map, wild boar. You know, there's a diverse of animals on the bear. You know, I guess you got the brown bear, that's your main predator, and you got the wild boar, and you got the reindeer, caribou, and you know they got a kind of like a seer deer or whatever, you know, musk deer. So you know they got different types of animals there, but you could probably add some. Oh, they got a lynx there too, lynx on Medved. So that's kind of cool. But you know, you could add some things to that map and spice it up. Now these maps here need some other spicy things on to get people to start playing them again. I think in Park Fernando they could add in some other animals. They may be able to add some pheasants and stuff, and that would kind of intrigue people to hunt more on it. I think that's what they're going to have to do to get people to hunt on the map. And pheasants on both these maps would, whenever you can use dogs, because they've been talking about that would both be great to do. And also, I think they could introduce turkeys on both these and help people to hunt it more, play it more. But you know, that's okay. So I'm going back to Layton Lake. Yeah, so I hope this video helped you. It's not a very detailed, but I show you some pointers and stuff on how to get started. Use your weapons, aiming your weapons. It's fairly easy to aim on PlayStation. Use your L2 button and just simply aim and press. Hold your breath by pressing holding L3 down. You know, so it's fairly easy when you aim your gun at an animal. It's fairly easy. So it's very easy even with the bow. So like when you're aiming with a gun, you just, if you're laying down, it's even better. Say you want to hit something, you can zoom in by pushing up on the D-pad. You hold L2 to aim. Then when you want to aim, just hold your breath and then boom, hit the R2 and press it off. Hopefully your body's you know, relaxed, you know, and you're not breathing too heavy from running. But you know, you can hunt about like this, you know, about a pace like this, squatted. Remember, if you're up here, you can be seen more and heard better, so it ain't in your best interest. Just, you can run through the map and hear all kinds of animals. You know, it's a given. So the best thing to do is have some strategic places placed to where you can hunt hard and have fun. Just have fun with the game. Don't see, there's a deer. And I hit him too. I hit him again. So the way to tell if the deer's hit, as you can see right there, I killed a thing, but I killed that deer too, because see how it's reddish here? One thing about hunting in a tree stand, you don't seem to get as much hunting pressure when you're playing. That's the advantage of a tree stand, friends. So if you get that pack with the tree stand, it's in your best interest to get the tree stand, simply because the stands will actually take your hunting pressure down. So, you know, that's one of the good characteristics of it all. I don't know if that's him or not. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. I knew he was running like the wind, so. Oh, yeah, he didn't go very. He's bleeding like crazy. Yeah, so there he is. This is a good place to prop up a tree stand. Yeah, look at the blood. Boom. That deer was hit a couple times. So, yeah. I like the indicator. Now this is a good place to hunt too. Use your tree stand and bow hunt right here. I think this is a kind of a better area because it's around the lake. It seems to be a lot of deer around this lake right here. So this is a pretty good area to come and hunt and make you some quick cash. Anywhere around the lakes is a good spot. See, we're hearing deer everywhere here. So if you wanted a bow hunt here, it'd be great. I think this area here, bow hunt here, bow hunt this area here for game. Also up here around this small lake right in this area is a good area to bow hunt. I've already got a stand up right there, as you can see, and I got it here because you always see a lot of deer bedded down right here around this lake. You can call them in right here, and the winds always seem to be blowing down the hill here, you know, so I got it far enough away to where you don't have to, you know, but when you get in the tree stand, you're not going to cause as much pressure. You don't want to just constantly hammer one area, of course. You know, you just don't want to hammer one area a whole lot. You can, and you'll usually make it pink like this if you're doing a lot of ground hunting. But if you're in a stand, you're not going to cause as much. You're not going to cause as much problems and hunting pressure, because when you get in a stand, you're definitely going to reduce hunting pressure. And you know, kill a few animals in each place and have like 3 areas you can just go around and shoot deer or get it. But the caribou are very fine, the reindeer are very fine, is my point. And this is kind of a good spot here too. Now you could put a tree stand right there, but I kind of like this. I kind of like to move this back a little bit. I guess I can't move it because, but I kind of got it right here. The wind's not the greatest, but it's okay. You can call anything down you want. So I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody. If you need any videos, leave them in the comments, whispers, and I'll definitely take care of it. See if I can add it. Thank you kindly.